last three split at 3-3. And I mean, like at the end of the day, they're gonna win the national tournament in Wichita, so like it doesn't matter. But yeah, no, they're always a fun team to watch, for sure. That Bill does such a good job with that team.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I just I just feel bad for them that they have to play at that field now.
Oh, at Santa Barbara at Pershing,
Yeah.
they're putting in like a $1 million renovation over next year.
Really?
The Foresters, yeah,
For it?
for it. So Santa Barbara City College is like
text you a link.
See, I don't think the 22 and 9. See, Johnny, the 22 and 9 I don't think is accurate. I think they're
Oh, really? That's funny. Oh, really? I'm gonna quickly text her a link and then we'll get on. I code their website. I do their schedules. I update the website throughout the season. I do press releases. Over the years, so I didn't resign until December. I wanted to go up to the West Coast League, but I want to go to the Walla Walla Sweeps because they have an ESPN affiliate, but I didn't want to really spend my summer in Walla Walla. Oh, from Walla Walla. They're a dope team. The Chatsworth head coach or Chaminade head coach is the head coach up there. Oh, the Apple Sox, the Wenatchee Apple Sox. The Yakima Valley Pippins. I also applied there. So I got both those jobs, and then they're both ESPN affiliates. And then in December, I was talking to Solis, and he sent me my contract, and I sent him both of their contracts to leverage for more money, and they gave me more money, so I came back. And like, yeah, and like it's hard because like Mike Sosa's the owner of the team, and like I live in Thousand. I live at home over the summer. He came last year. He hasn't come this year. He's been busy losing games. So. All right, John, let's do this. Can you hear me? Jonah.
and looking to make a playoff push with just 3 games remaining. Johnny, the Oaks, we talked about. Let's start with breaking down this matchup. The last time these two
second game against the Pirates, one of the better teams coming to Caneo in an interleague game. They have phenomenal management. They do a very good job recruiting. And so I think that the CCL will welcome them. And that's why it's good for the Oaks, because at the end of the day, they're playing a team that they could be playing next year. So, yes, today's game does not have anything to do with playoff implications. With that being said, what it does do is give them a preview of what may be to come next season.
Now, the Oaks coming off an impressive win against the Arroyo Seco Saints, 12-7 yesterday. Got an impressive 12 hits. They did leave 9 on base, but they had 2 errors, and we've talked about this, Johnny. 2 errors yesterday, 3 errors the day before against the Forcers, and 2 errors against the Blues 3 days ago. Although this is just an interleague game, you have to imagine that Coach Solis is going to place a precedent on this team having to limit those number of errors, especially moving forward when they start to play tough competition once again in the CCL.
Well, when you look at the lineup today, Jonah, with the exception of Riley Jones starting, who hasn't started at all this season, the difference in today's game is Grant Mayu's playing second base and Max Weinstein is sitting down. Now, what that tells me is head coach Solis is putting his best offensive players still in the lineup, with the exception of Max Weinstein, who's sitting in today's game. So he actually does care about this game. He wants his offense to get going. He wants the team to put up hits. He wants the team to win. Even though this game doesn't have playoff implications, he wants them to build that confidence, because when they go and play the Foresters tomorrow at home, that is going to be a big game with basically the playoffs on the line, and they need to be prepared, and that's why today's game he's putting these players in.
Well, the Oaks certainly have to be prepared for today's game, but we'll take a short break. We'll send it to our PA announcer, Chris Ruffinelli, for the singing of the national anthem. lovely rendition of our nation's anthem. Welcome back, everybody, above the press box. Oaks taking on the Ventura County Pirates for the second time this season. We'll give you the starting lineups. First for the visiting Pirates. Leading off from center field, Kyle Lathrop from Antelope Valley College, undecided, transferring in the fall. Behind him in the second spot, Jake Selko from right field from Glendale Community College. Behind him, Darren Kriz, the DH in today's game from Cal State Monterey Bay. In the cleanup spot, Griffin Hagan, the left fielder from Antelope Valley College. In the fifth spot, Miles Hager, the third baseman from Cal State Monterey Bay as well. In the sixth spot, Kyle Soberano, the second baseman from the University of Pacific. And rounding the bottom of the order in the seventh spot, Grant Mona, the shortstop from Glendale Community College. In the eighth spot, Troy Mulcahy, the first baseman. In the ninth spot, Micah Haiga, the catcher from the University of Hawaii at Hilo. And the starting pitcher, Matthew Sox for the Pirates. Now for the Conejo Oaks on the mound, Riley Jones from Sonoma State, his first start this season. In infield over at third base, Chase Cockrell. At short, Sam Shaken. Grant Mayu's over at second. Jordan McFarland at first base. Zane Williams behind the plate. And to round out the outfield, Brandon Lewis in left, DJ Miller in center, and Milo Beam in right. And Johnny, you talked about it. Grant Mayu making his first appearance over at second base this season. Primarily he's played at short and at third base, but I guess with Weinstein deciding to sit out, Coach Solis once again looking to beef up that infield. And we will get set underway here from Sparky Anderson Field. Kyle Lathrop to lead off for the Pirates. And Oaks looking for a fourth win in 5 games. First pitch taken on the inside corner for strike one. The first pitch time is 12:02 on a lovely July 23rd. Jones is 0-1, is slapped into left field. Lewis makes the catch for a quick out number one. For the Pirates, they're coming into today's game riding a 5-game winning streak. Most recently, winning the series against the Orange County Surf 9-3 yesterday and 8-4 the day before that. So looking to close out the season on a 6-game winning streak. First pitch to Selko runs low and outside for ball one. Jake Selko, the right fielder from Glendale Community College, digs in, pops one high into center field. Miller doesn't have to take any steps back, and quickly there's 2 outs. Couple flyouts already for the Pirates. And the last time that these two teams played, the Pirates didn't play any runs until the 5th inning. So looking to get off to a much better start today. They're currently atop the North Division in the Sunset League. First pitch to Kriz is taken over the heart of the plate for strike one. Trying to extend their season into the postseason. 0-1. Grounded to Mayo at second. Make the play to first for a quick out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Pirates. Ends the top of the first. We're through half an inning here at Sparky Anderson Field. Oaks gonna look to give themselves the lead after the break. It's the Oaks' turn to take their hacks here at the bottom of the first inning. Welcome back, everybody. The starting lineup for the Oaks: Milo Beam to lead off, the right fielder from Purdue. Sam Shaken in the second spot, the shortstop from Valparaiso. Brandon Lewis from left field. Plays at left field at Pierce College, but undecided, looking to transfer in the fall. In the cleanup spot, DJ Miller, center fielder from Ole Miss. In the fifth spot, Chase Cockrell, the third baseman from Ole Miss. Grant Mayo in the sixth spot, second baseman from San Diego State. Cody Santana in the seventh spot, the DH from Hawaii Pacific. Zane Williams, the catcher from Texas Tech. And to round out the bottom of the order, Jordan McFarland from Arkansas. First pitch to Beam, catches the outside corner for strike one. Beam batting .310 on the season with 3 home runs and 26 runs, which is tied for third best on the team. Watches the second pitch run low for ball one. Also has 19 RBIs and 7 stolen bases for the Purdue Boilermaker. Sox set third pitch. Beam grounds it to short, or grounds it to first for out number one. Unassisted ground out to first. Brings in Sam Shaken, the shortstop from Valparaiso.
Yeah, and Jonah, going back to Milo Beam, how great is it the second day in a row he gets to play in front of his parents? And not only that, his mother Manelli, nice enough to give us a couple of Purdue baseball shirts.
Was a nice gesture. First pitch to Shaken, runs up and away for ball one. And they came from Indiana. They flew to Los Angeles early yesterday morning to watch Beam have arguably his best game of the season against the Arroyo Seco Saints yesterday. Shaken grounds the second pitch out of play for strike one. Unbelievable day for Beam. He was 2 for 4, but an RBI triple, a double, a run scored, a stolen base, and 2 walks. Sox steals the 1-1, popped high into shallow right field, and Selko will make the catch for out number 2.
And Jonah, for Sox, this is actually his first game pitching, or it could be his second game pitching. Pitching against the Long Beach Legends, but that game apparently has disappeared. But his first game pitching against the Oaks, obviously they only saw each other one time before, but getting a start here is a big deal for him. And already 2 quick outs, not too bad.
Matthew Sox will play at Whitman College in the fall. Has a couple Whitman teammates, future teammates from the Oaks, 2 pitchers as well, Eric Ma and Travis Craven.
Yeah, Ma, the first one out of the bullpen today.
First pitch to Brandon Lewis. Beautiful curveball drops on the inside corner for strike one. Brandon Lewis, what a season he's had. 0-1, misses low for ball one, leads the team with 6 home runs on the season. Not to mention batting .270. And 40 hits, lays off the 1-1 outside for 2-1. Yesterday for Brandon, struggled a little bit, was 1 for 3, but came around to score twice with an RBI triple as well. 2-1 from Sox, drops below the strike zone for 3-1.
I remember, Jonah, the Oaks have trouble hitting slow curveballs. That one at 69 miles an hour. That's actually a very good pitch from Sox, but just missed the strike zone. Good eye from Lewis.
Sox comes set, fires the 3-1, misses low and outside for ball 4. So quickly, Lewis able to draw a 2-out walk. First walk on the day from Sox, and the Oaks have a runner on. And we've talked about it, Johnny. 2-out situations just seems to spark this offense at least, or at least drawing walks. And it's apparent in today's game.
Yeah, this team does a very good job when the pressure's on to perform. You saw that last week against the Catch when they had the tying run on third base. Unfortunately, they couldn't bring him in, but it happens.
First pitch to Miller is sliced out of play for 0-1. DJ Miller in the cleanup spot today's game. Typically doesn't play in the cleanup spot. Normally Coach Solis either utilizes him at the top of the order or the 5th or 6th spot, but he's been batting well recently. .328 and has a team best 8 stolen bases on the season. Lewis is going to go, but Miller fouls that out of play, and he's quickly down the count 0-2.
Yeah, Miller in his 3rd consecutive game in the cleanup spot. Remember, he led off for most of the season, then was moved back into the 5th or 6th spot. He does have the most raw power on the team, but he doesn't hit a lot of home runs during the game. But Coach Elise is trying to experiment here because if the Oaks make the playoffs, they need that powerful player in that 4th spot.
0-2 from Sox. Curveball catches the inside corner for strike 3. First strikeout in the day for Sox. And now end the first inning for the Oaks. They can't plate any runs. No hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. No score as we're through a full inning here at Spark-Anderson Field. Pirates looking to change that heading into top of the second. We go here at Spark-Anderson Field. No score. Griffin Hagan in the cleanup spot. First pitch from Riley Jones clips him. And he'll be walked over to first on the first hit by a pitch in today's game. Jones plays his college ball at Sonoma State. The brother of Kyle Jones, the Oaks bench coach.
Yeah, and Jonah, quickly going back to that last at-bat, that's the problem I think that has been riding Jones this entire season as that pickoff attempt is not in time, is when he releases that sidearm slider, sometimes it gets away from him, and you saw right there, he released it a little too early in his windup, and that's why he drilled Hagan in the left hip.
Jones making his first start, 12th appearance for the Oaks this season. Comes set. Fires the first pitch to Hager, taken on the inside corner for strike 1.
Hagan and Hager back-to-back in this lineup. How about that?
Slight confusion there, yes.
Well, I mean,
fortunately
you're a very intuitive guy. I don't think you'll get confused.
I like to think I am.
I get pretty confused sometimes, Joan. I think we've established that over the course of this season. I'm pretty bright, but I have my moments.
Jones comes set, fires the 0-1, grounded to Shaken at short, and throw it over to Cockrell at first for out number 1. Hagan will advance to second on the fielder's choice. But a 6-3 put out, 1 away now for the Pirates in the top of the second.
That was a nice play from Shaken. Obviously a slow roller. It's very hard to turn to. He did a good job charging the ball, but it was still a little bit too slow. I think he waited just to the last moment before he decided to charge it, and that's why there was no attempt at a double play. But nonetheless, got the sure out, and that's all that matters.
Runner at second, bringing him Kyle Soberano, batting .288 on the season. Jones checks the runner at second, fires the first pitch, slapped into left field. That will drop for a base hit. Rounding second and coming home to score is Hagan. And quickly the Pirates lead at 1-0 on an RBI single from Soberano.
Yeah, just took that pitch right into the shallow part of left field. And I think that's another thing that Jones has been working on this summer on the pitcher's mound, I should say, is trying to pitch away from batters. Right there, he tried jamming up Soberano, but he still put that ball in the inside corner, allowing Soberano to go opposite field and get that hit.
Grant Mona will step in now. Soberano over at first. Joan delivers the first pitch, slapped identical spot into shallow left field for another base hit. Back-to-back base hits give the Pirates runners at first and second with one out. Starting to really see the field nicely in today's game. Bringing in Troy Mulcahy.
Jonah, I have to say, we have to give a shout out to our boy Jacob Flores for doing PA right now, filling in for Chris Ruffinelli. This is his first time doing PA. He started yesterday's game against the Saints. Now he's starting as a PA broadcaster today. A little multi-talent coming from him, but you really have to tip your cap to him.
First pitch to Mulcahy is grounded out of play for strike one, and Flores, the southpaw pitcher, initially was committed to USC but decommitted. Looking to take his talents elsewhere in the fall.
Well, actually, now that he officially signed, Jonah, we are allowed to say, and we want to congratulate him on officially signing with San Diego State.
Big congratulations to him as the 0-1 runs low for ball one. He'll get a chance to play with fellow teammates Grant Mayu and Ray Lambert.
And I think that's going to be a good place for him to play. Division I, I think he'll like it a lot there. Great baseball program, great management. I think he'll thrive.
They'll welcome him as the 1-1 runs inside for ball two. When talking with Grant and Ray, they both love San Diego State and have made a conscious effort to try and integrate Flores into that team bonding. 2-1, grounded to short. One out to second. The double play to first in time for out number 3. But the Pirates plate 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. They lead at 1-0 as we're through 1.5 here at Sparky Anderson Field. Oaks looking to change that in the bottom of the second. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcast onto YouTube. We'll take a short break.
Ole Miss, number 33, Chase Cockrell.
5, 6, and 7 batters due up for the Oaks. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jonah Malkin. Alongside me is Jonathan Rifkin. Chase Cockrell to lead off in the 5th spot. Grant Mayu on deck, and Cody Santana in the hole. Matthew Sock still on the mound. Fires the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. Cockrell looking to bounce back from a poor game yesterday. The 1-0 runs low for ball 2. He did have an RBI double and a run scored. But looking to limit his strikeouts. He was struck out once yesterday. 2-0 swung back into the glove of Higa for 2-1. But he has played pretty well, been one of the more consistent hitters for the Oaks this season, at least as of late, batting .287 with 4 home runs. 2-1, runs low for 3-1. Cockrell, the Ole Miss Rebel, along with teammate DJ Miller. Certainly nice to play together here at the Conejo Oaks. 3-1, sliced into right center field, and I'll drop against the wall. Rounding first and coming to second is Chase Cockrell, who's on with a stand-up leadoff double.
And Jonah, you talk about somebody who's been seeing the field a lot better as of late. How about Chase Cockrell? He's upped his batting average over 22 points in the last 4 days. Why? Because He's finding gaps in the field, no man's land for lack of a better term, and he's utilizing his power. Before, in the earlier part of the season, he was trying to use his power to hit home runs. Now he's using his power as well as his contact ability to find gaps in the field and to get on base.
And Grant Mayu will step in, the second baseman in today's game from San Diego State, the Aztec, looking to tie this thing up. First pitch from Sox, bunt laid down towards the third base line, and what a bunt. Mayu successfully laid that down over to first, and the Oaks have runners at the corners with nobody out in the bottom of the second.
What a beautiful bunt there from Mayu. He popped it up a little bit, but it was just enough in between the pitcher's mound and the third base where he was able to drop, and because he's so fast and so explosive out of the batter's box, he was able to get there without a throw.
So nice job of the Oaks responding to the one run that the Pirates were able to plate in the top half of the inning. Looking to respond with Cody Santana to step in. First pitch, lays off the low ball for ball one. Chase Cockrell led off with a stand-up double. Mayu advanced him to third on the bunt. Nobody outs. And Cody Santana, the Hawaii Pacific Shark, looking to deliver the tying run. Mayu's going to go, low pitch. Higa's not even going to test him. And the Oaks have two runners now in scoring position.
Kind of a catcher's indifference there, but they don't really score that in the CCL. So you can give Mayu a stolen base. He's now 8 for 8 on the season. Not too bad for the San Diego State Aztec.
And that ties DJ Miller now for most on the team. Sox deals the 2-0, grounded to second. Soberano makes the play to first for out number one, but not before Cockrell comes home to tie the game on the RBI fielder's choice from Cody Santana.
Now to bat for the Oaks, who will be attending Texas Tech in the fall.
Santana got the job done. A little ground out to second, but nonetheless, not too bad. As long as you can plate that run to tie the game, at the end of the day, that's a productive out, and that's exactly what he did.
So Mayu advanced over to third. Cockrell came home with Zane Willems to step in. Waves that bat over his right shoulder. Sox fires the first pitch, swung on and missed for strike one. Willems, the catcher from Texas Tech, or he will be attending Texas Tech in the fall. One of 3 catchers for the Oaks, along with Juan Gonzalez and Jacob Castro, although Willems has been battling some leg ailments, but looking to improve for a postseason run. 0-1 gets past the glove of Higa. Mayu scores, and the Oaks lead it 2-1.
Yeah, a wild pitch there. Just kind of got away from him in the dirt. A nice attempt to block it by Higa, but unfortunately that ball corralled off his chest, allowing Mayu to come in for the lead.
So what once was a 1-0 lead for the Pirates has quickly dissipated into a 1-score lead for the Oaks with 1 out in the bottom of the second. And Zane Willems, even at 1-1 in the count, digs in, 1-1, runs upstairs for 2-1. As we talked about, the Oaks returning home from a 4-game road trip, in which they went 3-1. Had a very successful trip as well. 3-1 runs outside, or 2-1 runs outside for 3-1. The Oaks started off beating the SoCal Catch back on Wednesday, then headed up to San Luis Obispo to destroy the Blues 16-6 as the 3-1 runs upstairs for ball 4. Walking Willems over to first. Second walk issued from Sox on the day. Then they battled against the Santa Barbara Foresters, nearly pulled off a miracle, losing 2-1, and came back to hand it to the Arroyo Seco Saints 12-7 as head coach George Verano will step onto the mound to have a meeting with the infield.
And Jonah, talk about an accomplished coach. George has been affiliated with Major League Baseball. He's done a very good job putting the Ventura County Pirates together and making them CCL ready. I truly, truly believe that the management of this team has allowed them to not only give them the ability to apply, I guess, but to probably get accepted to CCL, looking to expand a little bit more. And I think that they do a very good job he does a very good job with the Ventura County Pirates managing the team. And I think that if they do get into the CCL, he is going to have a phenomenal season because he has the assets to recruit well. He knows the CCL very well, and I think that he's put his team in a position to become a premier, or to get into a premier summer collegiate league and possibly be very good.
Pirates, as we've talked about, 17-8 in league, 26-11 overall, but 5-1 against teams in the CCL. They beat the Barons twice, beat the Foresters once, and swept the Long Beach Legends. Only loss came to the Oaks. First pitch to McFarland is slapped high into left center. The inside corner for strike one. It is 0 for 1 on the day with a fly out to right. But looking to extend the Oaks lead here with 2 on and 2 away in the bottom of the second. Sox checks Willems at second. Comes set, fires the 1-1. Shaken skies that high into center field. Lathrop takes a couple steps back and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Oaks plate 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. They lead it 2-1 heading into the top of the third. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcast onto YouTube. We'll be right back. Bottom of the order for the Pirates, Micah Higa to lead off in the 9 spot. The catcher from University of Hawaii at Hilo. Jones's first pitch, bunt fouled out of play for 0-1. Pirates trailing the Oaks 2-1. They struck first in the top half of the second inning, plating a run. The Oaks responded with 2 of their own. 0-1 from Jones is slapped into right field, which will drop for a leadoff base hit. Second hit of the game, or third hit, I should say, of the game for the Pirates. And they're quickly on with a single. And back to the top of the order we go with Kyle Lathrop. Center fielder's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left as the pickoff attempt over to first, although Higa didn't even attempt to take a couple steps off the bag. Lathrop batting .253 on the season in 83 at-bats. Lays the bunt poorly into the glove of Cockrell for out number 1. Tried to replicate Mayu's high bunt. The only difference was Mayu's ended up dropping a couple feet before the third baseman, so quickly the Pirates have one away.
Yeah, good high fastball from Jones. And unfortunately for Lathrop, as he tried to bunt it down, he actually pulled his arm back a little bit towards his right shoulder, his right arm, and so that brought the barrel of the bat up, and that's why it popped up towards third base.
1 out now for the Pirates. Runner at first. Jake Selko steps in. Jones deals the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. For the Pirates, as we talked about in the Sunset League, but the Sunset League actually used to be a West Coast minor league in the late 1940s and early 1950s. One of the more exciting leagues on the West Coast, known for its dynamic offense in high-scoring games as the 1-0 runs outside for 2-0. Back pick attempt to first comes late. Used to have teams based from Reno, Nevada to El Centro, California as a professional baseball team league, but then in 2016 they opted to pivot and become a college league as the pickoff attempt to first comes late once again. Most of their teams are based in Los Angeles, Long Beach, Orange County, Inland Empire, and San Diego. 2-0 from Jones, runs low for ball 3. The throw to second is in time. What a throw from Willems, and that's 2 away now for the Pirates.
Willems may not be the best defensive catcher the Oaks have, but he has quite an arm when he gets it going. That reaction time is phenomenal. Not even a very fast pitch by Riley Jones, but just Willems' resilience to jump up and gun that ball was perfect.
3-0 to Selko, catches the outside corner for strike one, and it's possible that the defensive prowess from Juan Gonzalez is starting to rub off on Willems as the 3-1 grounded into right field for a 2-out single. As we talked about, Juan Gonzalez, another one of the catchers for the Oaks, has gunned down 12 runners trying to steal on the season. That's the second for Willems. So the Pirates extending this inning down 1-2 with 4 hits and 1 errors. Chris steps in, swings and misses for strike one. Jones, in his 3rd inning of work, has given up 4 hits and 1 run. It was earned. No walks and no strikeouts for the Sonoma State product. Comes set, fires the 0-1. Grounded to Cockrell, gets past his glove in 3rd, and he'll advance on what will most likely be an error in today's game. The first for the Oaks.
Actually put it up as a hit. I think that the reasoning behind the fact that they gave him a hit, and I agree with you, Jonah, I think that should have been an error on Cockrell, was because his glove didn't actually touch the ball. Because of that fact, they decided to not put an error up on the board and give him a hit, though I do believe that that could have been a routine ground ball by the 3rd baseman.
So the hit will stand, giving the Pirates 3 hits in today's game. Runners at 1st and 2nd. Hager pops the first pitch out of play for 0-1. Hager was hit by a pitch his first time up and ultimately came around to plate the only run for the Pirates in today's game. Looking to deliver an RBI, 0-1. Slap back against the screen for 0-2. For the Pirates, playing their final game of the regular season here at Sparky Anderson Field. Trying to end with a bang with a win, 0-2. Slapped into foul territory, and we'll do it again. A quieter day from Thousand Oaks, California. Not as large of a crowd from the Oaks standpoint, but still nonetheless the usuals, the Santanas. Craven's mom is in attendance as well, Nellie Beam and David Beam in attendance for the first time as the 0-2 is popped into shallow right field. Beam calls off Mayu and makes the catch to end the inning. Pirates can't plate any runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. They trail the Oaks 2-1 heading into the bottom of the 3rd. Oaks going to look to extend that lead after the break.
We're 18 and 13. They're 17 and 14.
Brandon Lewis to lead off for the Oaks in the bottom of the third. Oaks leading the Pirates 2-1. Sox still on the mound, deals the first pitch on the inside for ball one. Lewis on the day, 0 for 0, reached base on a walk. One of 2 walks issued from Sox. Deals the 1-0. Skied into deep right field, and that one will drift over the wall. Make that home run number 7. Brandon Lewis gives the Oaks a 3-1 lead.
How about that? Brandon Lewis going opposite field for the first time at Sparky Anderson. The L.A. Pierce Junior College product who batted .419 this past year and had 25 home runs, displaying the power. Now the Oaks need power because they've been lacking it throughout this entire season. Now you remember the Oaks had Chad Spanberger last year, the 6th-round draft pick for the Rockies, and he had 12 home runs on the year. Brandon Lewis, though, showing a display of offense that kind of emulates that this season.
DJ Miller slaps one into right field for a second consecutive base hit, and going back to Lewis, that's his 2nd home run in the last 4 games. Hit a monster grand slam against the Slow Blues. The first grand slam for the Oaks this season, and following that up with a solo shot over the right part of the wall. And DJ Miller said, hey, I want to get in the act as well, with a base hit into right field.
And again, Jonah, this is about confidence. Today's game doesn't mean anything for playoff implications for the Oaks, but it's about confidence. And with this middle of the order starting to hit well, they're going to need that down the stretch of the season.
Pickoff attempt to first. Gets past the glove of Mulcahy. But Miller won't try and sprint over to second. And we've talked about it, Johnny. Oaks needing to get off to much better starts. We saw them plate 13 runs against the Slow Blues in the first 3 innings. And 3 runs in the first inning, and a dangerous pitch clips Cockrell in the face. So the second pitch to hit a Oaks player, and Cockrell tried to duck out of the way, but it's kind of tough to do that on a fastball.
Yeah.
Seems like he's okay, though.
Kind of got away from Sox on that release. That ball just kind of slipped out. It looked like he was trying to throw a 2-seam fastball, but the way that it came off of his ring finger, it kind of veered away towards Cockrell, and it's hard to get out of the way of a fastball, especially when it's thrown a little bit offset like that.
So second ball to hit a player, the first individual for the Oaks. Griffin Hagan for the Pirates was also hit. So runners at first and second. Grant Mayu steps in. First pitch to him is skied into right field. Drift into foul territory. Mulcahy running up against the wall lets it go for 0-1. Mayu 1 for 1. Laid down the second successful bunt for the Oaks in today's game and ultimately came around to plate the second run for the Oaks. San Diego State Aztec utilizing this offseason to rehab a broken foot in which he missed the entire season for the Aztecs. Sox checks Miller at second. An interesting play from Sox because we saw from Flores yesterday he committed his second balk of the season, both of which have come from him. Sox nearly committed one there. 0-1. Curveball, swung on a miss. Miller to third. Says he's got there in time for stolen base number 9. Cockrell on the double steal, advanced to second. And Oaks once again, runners at scoring position on second and third with nobody out. And Grant Mayu down 0-2, just misses low and inside for ball 1. Cockrell over at second, Miller at third. Oaks lead at 3-1, 5 hits, no errors. Pirates 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for themselves. 1-2 from Sock. Curveball drops low on the ground to bring the count even at 2-2. 68 mile-an-hour curveball. And it's interesting, Johnny, because we've talked about how slower pitches, especially curveballs, normally throw the Oaks off guard. However, when the Oaks played the Foresters, they made contact with the ball 3 times in the 9th, all on curveballs.
Yeah, those were fast curveballs, and that's a little bit different.
1-2, ripped into right field, into the glove of Selko. And a nice play from Selko to get rid of the ball in the infield quickly to hold Miller over at third.
Yeah, nice job there from Selko out there. And it looked like Mayu was able to rope that in the shallow right field, but the outfielder playing just a little bit in was able to get a good first step and make the catch.
So 1 out now. Cody Santana, the Hawaii Pacific Shark, to step in. All-American. Also valedictorian, 4.0 GPA. 0-0 pitch, high, one-hopper to first. The throw to the plate will get to Miller in time to prevent 1 run. So Santana advances to first on the fielder's choice. Cockrell advances to third, but there's 2 outs.
Yeah, fielder's choice 3-2. Nice job from Mulcahy, sacrificing that out at first base to save a run. Very good heads up, and that's what happens on a one-hop on the transfer. As long as you have control of the ball, you can probably get it anywhere you want. And even with Miller, one of the fastest guys on the Oaks and in the CCL running, as long as you have a good reaction time, you can gun him down. And that's exactly what Mulcahy did there right there.
Speaking of guys who gun people down, Zane Willems stepping back in. First pitch to him, runs outside for ball 1. Caught Micah Higa in the top of the 3rd for a second individual he's caught stealing this season. Waves that bat over his right shoulder. 1-0, popped high near our press box. And it's going to actually get through our little hole. Fortunately, hopefully no one was in there. That could have hit them square in the head.
That's the 2nd time this season that happened. And if you remember, John, the last time that happened, our statistician Keith Schneider was down there and he actually got hit in the side. I see Al Santana looking up at us and wondering why Jonah didn't catch that ball. I think it's because Jonah didn't want to get another error on the season up here.
Well, that time, first of all, I didn't have my glove, and it was drifting 10 feet to my left. I have to go through a couple people.
I think that Dylan, the team ops guy for the Pirates, should have caught that one.
1-1, swung on and missed for strike 2. It's true. But that could have been dangerous in case someone was in there. Perhaps I should have yelled for the golf term to kind of give somebody a heads up. 1-2. Willems holds back his swing for the upstairs pitch for 2-2. So 2's across the board. 2 outs. Runners at first and third. And 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd. Sox deals the 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout of the day for Sox. Ends the 3rd inning, but the Oaks played a run on 2 hits, no errors. Bottom of the fourth, we go here at Spark Anderson Field. Eric Ma, the new pitcher on the mound. Oaks lead it 3-1, and for fourth, fifth, and sixth innings, my broadcasting partner, Jonathan Rifkin.
Thanks, Jonah. Nice job as always. Nice to be back on the mic after taking the first 3 innings off, which is a rarity for me. 1-0 skied over to left by Miles Hager in the 5th spot. And it looks like Chase Cockrell lost it in the sun and saw the ball coming down towards his face, decided to move out of the way. So that'll be 1-1, 0 for 1 on the day for Hager. Grounded out to short his first time up. Eric Ma on the mound, as Jonah mentioned, the new pitcher from Whitman College. This is his 9th appearance on the season, has a 3.72 ERA. In 19 and a third innings pitch, he's given up 14 hits, 8 runs. All of them have been earned. 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. The righty deals the 1-1. Nails the back of Hager, and he is hit by a pitch, the second hit batter on the day. The Pirates have a runner on first with nobody out. By the way, Riley Jones on the day, 3 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, no walks, no strikeouts.
Down tap the Pirates, playing second base number 9, Kyle Sobrano.
Kyle Soberano stepping in, 1 for 1 with an RBI single, was stranded on second back in the second inning. 3-1 our score, 5 hits on both sides, no errors. Pickoff attempt, not in time as Hager gets back easily. And for Eric Ma, he actually threw a perfect game for Whitman back in March. He was named the Division III Ironman Player of the Week his freshman season. 0-0, skied into right field. Beam, McFarland, and Mayu all running forward. And out of second base, Grant Mayu will call off everybody and make the catch in foul territory for out number 1. And Jonah, we have a couple of guests up here on the press box today. You are delighted to have your parents up here to watch the game, their first game of the season, and it's always nice to have some of our loyal fans showing up for the game. 0-0 into Grant Mona, taking low and away for ball 1.
It's nice to have them.
Yeah.
First time coming up here.
Want to know the count? 1 for 1 on the day is Mona, as the 1-0 becomes 1-1 on a strike. Shortstop from Glendale Community College actually plays with Oaks pitcher Joe Torres, who just recently signed to UC Davis. Congratulations to him. 1 hopper back to the mound, gets through the glove of Ma, and everybody will be safe. Nice hit there from Mona. I believe that will be an error on the pitcher because Ma did make a play at it. Nope, they're going to give him a hit. Again, that's another situation where I technically think that should be an error. Now, our statistician Keith Schneider is not here, so I believe they're doing a little bit of improv downstairs in the press box, but because it's home scoring, we'll have to give them a hit. Runners on first and second, 1 away.
You said another ball hit straight towards Ma, tried to glove it. Somehow it got past his glove, and then Shaken was too late to make the barehanded throw to first.
So 0-0 skied in the shallow right center field. That's going back to the wall. Rounding third and coming home is Hager. Coming to follow is Mona. And that's a 2 RBI double by Troy Mulcahy. This game is tied up here on the top of the 4th inning, 3 apiece.
Great hit from Mulcahy into right center field. And we've talked about a very competitive game the first time these two teams played, and it's heading towards a similar direction in this one.
Micah Higa now digging in the number 9 spot. 1 for 1, but was caught stealing. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the visiting Pirates. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Oaks. Ma deals the first pitch to Higa. Curveball taken for strike 1. From the University of Hawaii at Hilo. For the Pirates, they play their home ball at LA Valley College, though they are called the Ventura County Pirates. Officially submitted an application to join the CCL next year. 0-1 runs up and away for ball 1, 1-1 the count. And that's a big deal. And I think that they would be a good fit here in the CCL. The CCL adding 3 new teams this season, the Saints, the Rockhounds, and the Auburn Tigers. 1-1 up and in for ball 2. It's like the Auburn Wildcats. I was thinking of Auburn University Tigers, but nonetheless, 2-1 the count. So the CCL looking to expand, and I think the Pirates, the next team in, could do a very good job here. 2-1. A curveball taken on the outside corner for strike 2.
Beautiful slow curveball from Mai, who started down the heart of the plate and just dropped on that outside corner.
2-2. Swung and a miss. 4 strike 3. Down goes Higa. First strikeout on the day for the Oaks. First for Ma. And there's 2 outs now. 2 around in the inning. 3, 7, and 0 up on the board for the Pirates. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Oaks. Pirates really taking it to them. Remember the last time these two teams played, Pirates took it to the bottom of the 11th before Jacob Castro hit a RBI single to win the game for the Oaks. Back to the top of the order we go for Kyle Lathrop. Half-hearted swing there, held back. Pitches low for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a flout and a pop-out. Ma headed to his sophomore year at Whitman College, one of the 2 Whitman players for the Oaks, along with Travis Craven. 0-1 curveball, 2-hopper to second. Mayu gets it on that second hop and tosses it over to McFarland for out number 3. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We're through 3.5 here from Sparky Anderson Field, all knotted up at 3. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcasted to YouTube. We'll be right back. Back here at Sparky Anderson, Jordan McFarland in the number 9 spot, steps in and takes the first pitch for a strike. New pitcher on the mound for the Pirates. All knotted up at 3 apiece here in the bottom of the 4th. DeAndre Carter from St. John's University, New York, 0-1, slapped foul, 0-2 the count. McFarland's 0 for 1 on the day with a fly out to center. DeAndre Carter actually wanted to play on the Ventura County Pirates B team as well as the A team, but their head coach said, you should focus on pitching and play with us. Tops out at 88 on his fastball as he nails McFarland in the left temple. He'll shake it off on an 84-mile-an-hour fastball. Toss his bat aside and take his free base. Nobody away, runner on first.
Johnny, that's the 4th now pitch to hit a batter in this game. That's the most that we've seen in one game this entire season.
And you see the Oaks trainer Yosh running out to make sure he's okay. And at what point in the CCL, or not even the CCL, this isn't a CCL crew, but at what point do you start issuing warnings, Jonah? I know they're not intentional, but 4 hit by pitches. And 2 near the head. That one was the head, but the one to Cockrell actually clipped his shoulder as he turned away from it. It's kind of getting a little bit scary. I guess nothing good comes easy, right?
Definitely a painful type of thing.
Back to the top of the order from Milo Beam, 1 for 2 with a bunt single and a ground out. Shows bunt, gets it down towards first base. Carter runs up on it. The throw will be in time, but the sacrifice does its job as McFarland will advance to second place on the sacrifice bunt by Milo Beam.
Nice sacrifice bunt from Beam. So good at laying those down, just has the timing.
Now at the bat for the Oaks, playing shortstop, number 25.
Really nice.
Jake.
Laid it down towards the first base line, advancing McFarland over to second.
3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Pirates. Sam Shaken from Valparaiso digs in. Now 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch, slapped foul for strike 1. That 325 with the Crusaders this past year. Garnered all Horizon League honors as a freshman. The Valparaiso Crusaders are actually moving out of the Horizon League into a better division, where they'll be playing to the likes of Northern Illinois, Illinois State. They still will have an FCS football team, so they haven't moved their football team up to FBS, but their baseball team will be in a better division because they've been playing so well. 0-1, taken out the knees, but called ball. 1-1 the count. And also the Valparaiso basketball team wins the Horizon League almost every year. Almost makes the tournament, though they are one of the best NIT teams. They do a phenomenal job up in Indiana. Shaken digs back in. 1-1 count. Carter deals. Slap towards short. 2 hops to Mona. Runner stays put at second as the throw comes in time at first for out number 2.
Heads up play from McFarland, too. Saw that ball was hit right towards Mona at short. There was no point in trying to extend it to third. Now there's 2 outs.
And Jonah, we have to give a shout out to Nelly Beam as always, tweeting at us. Especially to you, Jonah, saying that it's cool that your parents are here. So look at that, it's like Parents' Day, right? Milo and Nelly, Milo's parents, Nelly and David Beam are here. The Santanas are here. The Cravens are here. It is just a parents' fun fest here at Sparky Anderson Field. Brandon Lewis digs in, 1 for 1 on the day, a walk and a solo shot in his first 2 at-bats. Carter checks the runner at second, deals the first pitch, slapped foul for strike 1.
Well, you know that we had a kind of intern appreciation day last week, so they said, well, who are the parents of the interns and for some of the players, and maybe we should recognize them.
Unless they don't like the interns, then maybe we should uninvite them. But I think we're pretty well liked, John. I'm not too worried. Lewis was committed to CSUN a couple of weeks ago, decommitted, looking for a new home in the fall, digs back in, 0-1, taken outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. The Oaks will have their final home game tomorrow against the Santa Barbara Foresters at 5 o'clock, 4:50 pregame show. They'll have a day off on Tuesday before they cap off the season in San Luis Obispo on Wednesday, which is kind of weird that they have to take a day off before going to San Luis Obispo for a game that could be meaningless if the Oaks win tomorrow and the Blues lose today. That is a 6 o'clock game, by the way. Then the Oaks will have clinched the playoff spot, so they'll just have a nice ride up to slow. 1-1, cut back, 1-2 the count. I want to thank our sponsors, Really Want to Shuttle, for getting the Oaks to and from their away games safely. Cronies Bar and Grill, Jimmy John Sandwiches, and Joseph Sweet, orthopedic surgeon in Oxnard, California. Every Oaks sponsor is an important part of the Oaks family. 1-2 pitch, or 1-2 count, I should say. 2 away, 1 on. 3-3 our score. Carter checks the runner, deals the 1-2, upstairs for ball 2. And I think that high fastball, Jonah, is a pitch that Lewis has progressively learned to lay off of. Earlier in the season, he was striking out a lot on the high fastball, especially when he was down in counts. There, you saw him take it. And that speaks to the maturity and the progression that we have seen from him over the course of the season. Carter deals the 2-2, another high curveball, full count now.
I think part of that is he used to be enticed by those higher fastballs because of his upper body frame. The ball seems to be clearly in his sweet spot, but ends up tailing up, and he misses the swing low.
Feel free to tweet at us at Caneo_Oaks. He's at Jonah_Malkin. I'm at Johnny Riff. The payoff pitch slapped towards third, but out of play. We'll do it again. Or chat with us on the live chat box on the YouTube stream. Hope everybody's enjoying their Sunday afternoon as much as we are. Happy to have you along for us on the ride, I should say. As Oaks baseball starting to wind down the season. It's kind of crazy. Game number 42 for Conejo. 2 left in the regular season, trying to fight for that last playoff spot. Playoff start on Friday in Compton at MLB Urban Youth Academy. All 3 playoff spots are Knotted up, 3-2 once again, popped out for a fourth straight time. We'll do it again. The Oaks fighting for that last playoff spot, as Jonah mentioned earlier in the broadcast. The Healdsburg Prune Packers up north and the Neptune Beach Pro both clinched. And from the south, the Orange County Riptide clinched. As I mentioned, the Foresters and the Blues duking it out at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara today. Foresters win, the Oaks win tomorrow. And the Oaks will have clinched it. Lewis digs back in. Payoff pitch, cut on and missed for strike three. A nice curveball as Lewis missing. And we are done with the fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one left on base. 3-3 our score. To the top of the fifth we go. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. Jake Selko leading things off here for the Pirates. Top of the fifth inning. Welcome back, everybody. Eric Ma's first pitch taken on the outside corner for strike one. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin, Oaks Baseball and KDTV all knotted up at 3. A special thanks to Dylan Goldsack, the team ops guy for the Pirates, sitting up here and helping us out with some of our stats. 0-1, swung and a miss for strike two. Jake Selko on the day, or Selko I should say. 1 for 2, fly out to center, and a single in his 2 at-bats. From Glendale Community College, undecided in the fall where he will attend. The 0-2 from Ma. Runs upstairs for ball 1. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Pirates. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Oaks. I'll give you a lay of the land for the Conejo Oaks here in just a moment. The Whitman College product, Pearson fires the 1-2. Cut on a miss for strike 3, 1 away. Second strikeout on the day for Ma. Out in right, Milo Beam. TJ Miller in center. Out in left, Brandon Lewis over at first, Jordan McFarland. The man at second, Grant Mayu. Sam Shaken at short, Chase Cockrell at third. Behind the dish, Zane Willem is on the mound to Eric Ma, the second Oaks pitcher of the day. Darren Kriz steps in, first pitch taken low for ball 1. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a groundout and a single under his belt. Cal State Monterey Bay, 1-0. Slapped towards short on the second hop. Gloved by Shaken. Takes a couple of steps and fires it to McFarland at first for out number 2.
Shaken's such a reliable shortstop, especially for Coach David Sleeze. Just has a great knack for finding balls and getting his body in front of them.
2 quick outs here for Ma. Cleanup out of Griffin Hagan digs in from Antelope Valley College. 0 for 1 on the day with a hit by pitch, a run scored, and a flyout. Ready deals the first pitch up and in for ball 1. And Jonah, I think it's about time to start plugging for our podcast that's coming up. If you've enjoyed Jonah and myself on the call this year, 1-0 comes inside, 1-1 the count. Jonah and I and sometime in August or early September, going to actually start a podcast. We argue so much about sports, but they tend to be pretty interesting, so we figured why not put it up on the air? 1-1, swung and a miss for strike two. So still looking for a name. Nelly Beam has tweeted us a couple of nice names, but that name's still to be decided. But I think it'll be something that any sports fan would like. 1-2. Taken in the dirt, 2-2 the count. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, Jonah goes to Wisconsin. I go to Oregon. So we'll have a wide range of sports to talk about from different collegiate point of views. Should be a lot of fun.
We'll maintain that long-distance relationship.
Those are your words, not mine, but I'll take it. Ma Pearson fires the 2-2 away for ball three.
Strictly professional, of course.
I don't know. You're my friend. We have a friendship off the air as well. Pirates really vocal in their dugout. Payoff pitch. Swung towards third, but out of play, and we'll do it again.
That actually might be the most vocal team we've seen. The Puff Caps, when the Oaks played them, they weren't as vocal. They did all stand up and cheer for their team, but this might be the most kind of disturbing type of.
I wouldn't say it's disturbing.
Wouldn't say disturbing,
I think it's disruptive.
but disruptive.
Payoff pitch. Cut back again for a third straight time. We'll do it at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-3 our score. Top of the 5th inning, middle of the order here with 2 away for the Pirates. Looking to finish their regular season strong. Trying to cap off their Sunset League career if they do get accepted into the CCL with a win against the Oaks. We'll see, though, how this game pans out. Payoff pitch in the dirt for ball 4. That's a 6-pitch walk, I should say, for Hagan. Over at first base, the first walk allowed by Ma on the day and for the Oaks. Runner on, 2 away.
I'm actually a little surprised, Johnny, that the home umpire, one of the umpires, didn't issue a warning given the number of warnings they've given the Oaks for trivial types of comments.
The 0-0 by 2 Miles Hager, cut back for strike 1. He's 0 for 1 on the day, a ground out, and was hit by a pitch, came around the score in the 4th. And the Oaks a little bit wary, I think. They had a long day yesterday. 0-1 runs outside, 1-1 count, back pick attempt not in time. After playing the Saints yesterday and winning 12-7 in a 3-hour and 16-minute game, they headed to Angel Stadium to watch the Angels and the Red Sox duke it out. Obviously, the Oaks owned by Mike Scioscia along with the ABDG organization. So on Scioscia's behalf, 1-1 runs low and in, 2-1 the count. And they didn't end up getting back until close to 11:30. And the team had to be back here at 9 o'clock. Remember, they were on a 4-game road trip before this. La Mirada, which is near Anaheim, then up to San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, and then back to Pasadena. 2-1, Sky to left field. That's going to drop for extra bases. Coming around second and going to third is Hagen. He will be waved home. The throw in will not come. No, it will come, but it'll be way late. That's an RBI double by Miles Hager, and the Pirates take a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 5th inning.
Just a great job from the Pirates, showing resiliency down in the count with 2 outs. Then Hagen draws a walk, inspires the team further, and Hager delivers an RBI double.
Another situation where the Oaks are not as resilient with 2 outs up on the board against an opposing team, and the Pirates capitalizing. Kyle Soberano digs in, 1 for 2 on the day, an RBI single and a pop out into foul territory in his 2 at-bats. First pitch in. Slice towards shallow left center field. Lewis runs in on it and makes the catch for out number 3. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We're through 4.5 here from George Sparky Anderson Field, all knotted up. Or excuse me, actually the Pirates take the lead 4-3. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. Simulcast it onto YouTube. We'll be right back.
Number 4, DJ Miller.
Back here, bottom of the 5th inning. Oaks down 4-3 as DJ Miller in the cleanup spot will dig in. 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. He also had a stolen base back in the 3rd inning. DeAndre Carter back on the mound, deals the first pitch inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Pirates. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Oaks. I'll give you a lay of the land here for the Pirates in just a moment. Carter appears and fires the 1-0. Taken at the knees for strike 1. Jake Salco in right. Kyle Lathrop in center. Griffin Hagan in left. Troy Mulcahy at first. Kyle Soberano at second. Grant Mona occupies short. Miles Hager at third behind the dish. Micah Higa on the mound. DeAndre Carter, the 1-1, slap towards short on the 1 hop. Mona gets it, fires it over to first for out number 1. Quick out number 1 here. And the Pirates looking very good here against the Oaks. Now, mind you, the Oaks are using the back half of their pitching staff in this game. Now, not to take anything away from the Pirates, of course. They're playing a phenomenal game, seeing the field very well. No implications in the CCL for the Oaks, but more of a confidence situation here. Chase Cockrell digs in, 1 for 1 on the day. Double run scored, hit by a pitch and a stolen base. Carter deals the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. 1 away here for the Pirates. The Oaks coming off a 12-7 win yesterday against the Arroyo Seco Saints. 1-0, runs upstairs, 2-0 the count. Talk about a team that has made an impact their first season in the CCL. The Saints were in the Sunset League last year, and they actually played very well. They were up into the playoff race up until 2 days ago when they lost to the Blues. 2-0, upstairs ball 3, 3 consecutive high pitches to Cockrell, 3-0 the count. And right now they're 17-15 on the season in the CCL, 19-16 overall. Talk about a good inaugural season. The other 2 teams that came into the CCL are at the bottom of the league. 3-0, runs inside, 4-0. And a 4-pitch walk for Cockrell with 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Puts the tying run up at first base.
Nice patience shown from Cockrell. Was laying off some of those inside pitches. Stayed firm and disciplined in the batter's box, and it paid off with a walk to first.
First walk sufficed by Carter. 3rd as a whole for the Pirates. I'll go back to what I was talking about here in just a moment as Mayu digs in. 1 for 2 on the day with a bunt single as the first pitch runs away for ball 1. A run scored, a stolen base, and a flyout. The other 2 teams that were allowed to join the CCL this year, the Rockville Rockhounds, who went 12-18, and the Auburn Wildcats, 9-20 in the CCL 1-0. As actually, no, there's going to be a conversation now on the mound. The entire infield will join around on the mound and have a conversation. This will be a good opportunity, Jonah, to kind of break down this game so far. What have you seen from the Oaks that has been lackluster, that has allowed the Pirates to play well? Is it the lack of pitching ability? Is it the Pirates' offense just seeing the field well? Maybe a combination of both?
I think a lot of it has to do with a lack of focus once there's 2 outs on the board. We see that when there's nobody away, the Oaks are pretty locked in at the task at hand. They don't let balls get past them. And then it's almost as if on the defensive end they switch spots from their offensive game, which is they normally generate hits on the offensive end. So a little taste of their own medicine from the Pirates. And I think that's one of the reasons they haven't been able to pull away, and they trail the Pirates right now.
4 runs, 8 hits, no errors as the meeting breaks on the mound for the Pirates. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 1 on, 1 away, 1-0 count to Mayu. The San Diego State Aztec didn't play this past year, broke his foot before the season started, had to get surgery and rehabbed, but he's going to go back and be a phenomenal asset for them. 1-0 runs inside, 2-0 the count. 4 home runs on the season for him. Number of RBIs. He is actually second on the team in runs scored with 26 now with that run in today's game. 2-0 from Carter, dealt on the inside corner for strike 1. 2 runs hit, 1 error. Up on the board here to 1 out. No errors for either side. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Pirates. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Oaks. The 2-1. Sliced into the gap between short and third in the left field for a base hit. Cockrell advances to second, and there are 2 on with 1 away here for the Oaks.
Just a great contact hit from Mayu. No chance Mona or Hager from short and third were going to make a play on it. Mayu starting to see the field really well today.
Cody Santana, 0 for 2 on the day, digs in. Fielder's choice 3-2, and an RBI ground out in his 2 at-bats. Getting his first start in the last 3 games. Hurt his hand a couple of days ago, but feeling a lot better. Not playing first base in today's game, DHing. The Hawaii Pacific superstar digging in. Carter Pearson fires, though. A one hopper to second. Soberano gets it, fires it to Mona at second. The relay to first is in time, but what an interesting play at second base. We're going to have to talk about this, Jonah, before we hit the break. So it was a it was a 6-4 fielder's choice no out, then a 4-3 put out, and then a 3-4 out. So that's how the ruling goes. It is a double play in the sense, but not the traditional double play. But we're done with the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. 4-3 our score as we head to the top of the 6th. Oaks. Top of the 6th here following a crazy final 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. I'll recap that for you as there's a new catcher for the Oaks. Jacob Castro headed to UC Irvine by way of Rio Mesa in the fall. Phenomenal young talent. As we head to the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Pirates at 4-3 here in the top of the 6th. Grant Mota digging in, 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles and a run score. Back in the bottom of the 5th. Kind of a weird situation. I tried recapping it as best as I could when we went to break, but I'll do it again. 0-0 from Ma is skied in the deep left field, and that one is going to drop just foul for strike 1. So in that last half inning, Santana grounded it over to short where Grant Mona got it, underhanded to Soberano. Soberano was taken off of the bag, still made the relay to first to get the out. So that's a 6-4 fielder's choice with no out, no error on the play. And then a 4-3 put out for out number 1. Then on the relay back, Grant Mayu was off the bag as the 0-1 comes in. A way high fast or curveball for 1-1. Mayu was off the bag, so Mulcahy threw it back to Soberano, who was able then to apply the tag on Mayu for out number 3. So then a 3-4 put out. 1-1 cut on a miss for strike 2. Kind of one of those jumbled baseball statistics that kind of hard to work out, but that's how the scoring goes. 1-2 in. Slap towards right, but out of play, and we'll do it again.
One thing that's a little bit concerning if you're Ma is, although a couple of those swings have been fouling balls out of play, they're making good contact with the ball. It has to be a little bit concerning.
1-2. Swung and a miss for strike 3. 86-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs gets Mona swinging for out number 1. 3 strikeouts on the day for Ma. And that's a good strikeout pitch when you're up in the count and you force a batter to protect. He's automatically thinking, I'm going to swing if I see a fastball. And that was a phenomenal up and in pitch from Ma to get Mona swinging for out number 1. Troy Mulcahy digs in now, 1 for 2 on the day, I should say, with a 2 RBI double. Takes the first pitch low and away for ball 1. 6-4-3 ground out as well. 4-3 our score. Pirates really putting it up against the Oaks today. Ma Pearson fires the 1-0. Low and away for ball 2. Mulcahy from the University of Laverne, out by Oxnard. Division III school. Just moved up from NAIA a couple of years ago. Maw deals the 2-0 away for ball 3. This is the second to last home game for the Oaks. It's kind of crazy. I feel like July just started. 3-0, sliced into left center field. That's going to go back to the track. DJ tracked it down, rounding first, going to second is Mulcahy. The throw will actually hold him as he will put on the brakes and run back to first, but a single nonetheless. The Pirates have a runner on first with one away.
And that's one of the benefits of having a guy like DJ Miller. For most center fielders, that ball might get past him and enable a guy like Mulcahy to extend that base hit over to a double, to stretch it into a double, but Miller able to get his glove on it quickly and throw it in the infield to hold him at first.
Micah Higgins digs in, 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch from Maud, bunt shown, pulled back, pitches outside for ball 1. Castro thought about a back pick attempt, but Mulcahy got back to first easily. Iga was caught stealing back in the second, also has, or back in the third, I should say, also has a strikeout, shows bunt, gets it down, but fouled for strike 1. Wind picking up towards the right, so we hit our hour and 23rd minute of play. 12:02 local time was our first pitch. Nice day outside, 85 degrees, wind blowing steadily out to right as it normally does here at Sparky Anderson. 1-1, bunt shown, pulled back, ball 2. The Oaks have a pitcher warming up in the, or he's not really warming up, he's kind of stretching. At this distance, it's hard to see. It looks like Joe Torres, but we'll get you an official word on that here in just a moment. The 2-1 runs away, ball 3. Torres from Glendale Community College just signed with UC Davis 2 days ago. Congratulations to him. And we'll see here if he gets some reps on the mound. Maud deals the 3-1. Got on a miss for strike 2. Pirates dugout still being very vocal. Payoff pitch here from Maw. At the knees, but called ball. Second walk on the day sufficed by Eric Maw. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Mulcahy over at second. He got first. Back to the top of the order we go for Kyle Lathrop.
And you hope for Maw that the Pirates' vocalness in the dugout isn't getting to his head, because that's twice now in full count situations where he's ended up walking a Pirates batter.
4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Pirates. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Oaks. Lathrop over 3 on the top spot for the Pirates. Skies the first pitch into foul territory towards left field. Cockrell thought about making a play on it, but lost it in the sun once again as it hit the fence. Not a bad idea from Cockrell to duck out of the way. We've seen some players get hurt out there this season. 0-1 the count. As I mentioned, Lathrop 0 for 3 with a flyout, a pop out, and a ground out. All he needs is a strikeout, and he's got the quadfecta of basically every way to get an out in the game. Maw takes the sign from Castro. Pearson fires the 0-1, a curveball upstairs, 1-1 the count. 5 o'clock game for the Oaks tomorrow against the Foresters. Final home game of the season. 4:50 pregame show for that one. The Foresters will hit the road after that. 1-1. Speared out of the air on a dive by Sam Shaken for out number 2. What a play from the Valparaiso Crusader. And John Shaken, I know you're watching this game. I'm sure you're proud of your son. What a play out there at short. Anderson Simmons-like.
I know they don't give Golden Glove awards for infielders at least in this summer league, but man, what a dive from Shaken. Certainly should garner him that type of award for that type of play.
Sam Shaken, the nephew of Bill Shaken, the LA Times beat reporter for the Dodgers. Maybe learned a thing or two from Corey Seager. And Anderson Simmons last night at the Angel game made a very similar catch. I know Shaken was impressed with it, so trying to emulate it here. 2 away, first pitch into Selko. Taken for strike 1. He's 1 for 3 on the day. A flyout, a single, and a strikeout under his belt. Runners still at first and second. He got first. Mulcahy at second. 2 away. 4-3 our score. Pirates up over the Oaks. The 0-1. Speared into shallow left center. Lewis will make the underhanded grab for out number 3. What a play by the left fielder. 2 nice plays for the Oaks. gets us out of the top of the 6. No runs hit, no errors, 2 left on base. 4-3 our score. Pirates still leading, headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 6th, 4-3 our score. Jacob Castro digs in for his first at-bat of the game and slaps it foul for strike 1. Welcome back, everybody. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin, Oaks Baseball on KDTV. DeAndre Carter back on the mound. Zane Williams' day is done, by the way, as he was taken out in the last half inning. Castro replaced him in the catcher spot. The 0-1, skied in the center field for a single. Castro out there doing a very good job getting on base this season. Has a .326 batting average. Rio Mesa graduate, headed to UC Irvine in the fall. Runner on first, nobody away, and we'll go back to the 9th spot for the Oaks. Jordan McFarland from the University of Arkansas steps in. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning as well. Batted .271 with the Razorbacks this past year in 28 games. .263 batting average with the Oaks. First pitch, runs low and away for ball 1. Gets behind the glove of Higa. Castro will run to second, and that'll be a pass ball. Runner in scoring position, that'll be the tying runner with nobody away and a 1-0 count to McFarland.
Nice heads-up play for Castro. Saw the ball get past the glove of Higa. Gave himself enough time to run over to second.
Carter checks the runner, deals the 1-0 away for ball 2. Joe Torres now warming up in the Oaks bullpen. The side armor from Glendale Community College headed to UC Davis. Had a couple of offers, Lee University in Florida, UCF as well, but wanted to stay in California. He's going to be playing for a very nice Division I school up north. The 2-0s cut on a miss for strike 1. McFarland with a lot of power, a lot of pop in his bat, but just hasn't had quite the performance that he had at the University of Arkansas here in the Summer League. But the point of Summer League is to hone the skills that you are trying to improve on, and that's probably why 2-1 runs up and away for ball 3. And one of the things that he has progressively gotten better on as the season has progressed is seeing the strike zone better. He's been drawing a lot of walks, 4th on the team in walks, and he joined the team late, so that's actually a very nice stat for him. If you adjust it to the amount of games he's played, he actually leads the team 3-1, roped in the shallow left field, and that's going to get down. Castro to third, McFarland to first. 2 consecutive hits for the Oaks here. Have runners at the corners with nobody away. And a tying run 90 feet away from scoring.
It's possible, Johnny, that McFarland might have heard you complimenting his patience, but looking for some compliments on his offensive game.
McFarland is a cool customer. Going back to the top of the order for Mr. Milo Beam. 1 for 2 on the day, a sacrifice, a bunt single, and a ground out. Father David, Mother Nellie in the crowd. Southpaw in the the batter's box. First pitch dealt. Slapped in the shallow right field for a single. Castro comes in and scores, and this game is all tied up at 4 apiece here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
What were we talking about with Milo Beam playing his best baseball in front of his parents? Once again, RBI single into right field.
3 consecutive hits here for the Oaks. They now have 9 on the day. 4 runs, 9 hits on both sides with no errors. For Sam Shaken, 0 for 3 on the day, but he had a phenomenal spear at shortstop in the last half inning. Carter deals the first pitch. Bunt shown, it's laid down towards third base. That's rolling. Higa with the deal, and there will be no throw. Bases are now all knotted up on the bunt single by Sam Shaken, the 3rd on the day for the Oaks. And they are rolling now with the big bat of Brandon Lewis stepping in. He already has a grand slam in the last 3 days. That was up and slow. He already has a home run today. And, Jonah, remember what I said last time the bases were loaded when he came up? If anybody's going to hit a grand slam, it's Brandon Lewis, and we'll see here if he can emulate that once again.
That's unbelievable. 3 bunts laid down that have all been successful. Probably a first of the Oaks this season, and for most teams, they probably haven't even accumulated that many successfully laid bunts throughout an entire season, let alone one game.
Big bat of Lewis steps in. Carter deals the first pitch low and away for ball 1, and Carter has to be very careful for 2 reasons. He can't be too timid and pitch away from Lewis because you don't want to walk in that run, but you don't want to throw a mistake pitch where Lewis will slice it over the left field wall and hit a grand slam like he did the other day in San Luis Obispo. Had a home run opposite field today as well. 1-0 from Carter, dealt, slapped foul. That was a home run swing. 1-1 the count. Hope everybody's enjoying their Sunday afternoon. The final 12 o'clock game, the Oaks play of the regular season. 5 o'clock tomorrow, 6 o'clock, on Wednesday. Depending on the playoff schedule, they could have a 1 o'clock game or a 12 o'clock game. But I'm still not sure about that early game. The late game will be played at 4:30. Packers, Pearl, so 1-1 runs away for ball 2. And the Orange County Riptide all in the playoffs. The Blues and the Foresters duking it out at 6 o'clock tonight at Pershing. And keep track of that game because if the Foresters win and the Oaks win tomorrow, the Oaks will have clinched a playoff spot. 2-1 count. Carter takes the sign from Higa behind the dish. Pearson fires the 2-1. Caught on a miss for strike 2.
That's a great inside pitch from Carter because it jams Lewis on that inside.
As I mentioned earlier, Lewis batted .419 for Bill Pickett's squad at L.A. Pierce Junior College this past year in his freshman season. Played all 4 years of baseball at Alamany High School, 2-2. Outside for ball 3. Also played 2 years of football. But a phenomenal young baseball player. One of the best offensive power hitters in the CCL. He could go back to CSUN, or to Pierce if he wanted. Like I said, he just finished his freshman year. After decommitted from CSUN, he still has that offer at Pierce, but looking for a new home in the fall nonetheless. Full count pitch from Carter. Dealt low for ball 4. He walks in McFarland. And the Oaks take a 5-4 lead here. Bases still loaded. Nobody away. Only in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Great patience from Lewis. And normally he's just complimented on his ability to make contacts with the ball. But this time showing the patience as it pays dividends to bring in another run.
Second walk on the day. As there'll be a meeting on the mound, it looks like we'll have a new pitcher, which means we'll take a break. 2 runs around an inning on 4 hits. Bases still loaded. 5-4 our score. All the stats on DeAndre Carter and the new pitcher when we come back. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. I will. Surprise, DeAndre Jordan, wow. DeAndre Carter, wow. Not the center for the Clippers, the pitcher from St. John's on the mound still. That would be a surprise if DeAndre Jordan was on the mound, but there is no pitching change. Shane Leonard from Antelope Valley still in the bullpen for the Pirates as the first pitch to DJ Miller is skied back for strike one. We had a nice little conversation here at the break that I guess threw me off track just a little bit. DeAndre Jordan, one of my favorite players in the NBA, so I guess I wanted to see him pitch, but if he pitches any way that he shoots free throws, I don't think he'd be very good. Miller 1 for 3 on the day. 0-1 in from Carter, up and in for ball one. A single, a stolen base, a ground out, and a strikeout under Miller's belt. Shane Leonard, as I mentioned, still warming up. He actually looked like he was going to come in, but he was waved off thereafter. So Carter still on the mound, bases loaded, 5-4 our score, 1-1 upstairs for ball two. It says 4-4 up on the scoreboard, but we're going to motion down to the press box and let them know that it is 5-4. Carter toes the rubber and deals the 2-1 away for ball three, and he's in danger of walking in another run.
A good eye from Miller too. Wasn't getting enticed from that slider that started over the heart of the play and then drifted outside.
Miller digs back in. 3-1 fired in. Slice towards third, but out of play, and we have a full count now. 5 runs, 10 hits for the Oaks. 4 runs, 9 hits for the Pirates, and no errors on either side. Oaks with 5 consecutive base runners in the inning, as well as 4 hits. Looking to get another one. Carter nods at Higa's sign, checks the runner at second, and deals the payoff pitch. A 2-hopper to third. Hager over to home for out number 1. The relay will not come, and that was a good force out to save the run. 5-4 our score. 1 away on the fielder's choice, 5-2. But the base is still loaded for the Oaks for Chase Cockrell.
That's one way to get at least 1 out, prevent 1 run from coming in, and the Oaks trying to extend the lead.
Cockrell digging in. 1 for 1 with a walk, a hit by pitch, and a double. A run scored and a stolen base in today's game. Carter toes the rubber. Pearson fires though. Slap towards short. Mona underhands it to Soperano. The relay to first is in time for out number 3, but head coach Solis is yelling at that second base umpire. There was no way that throw came in time, but it's hard when there are only 2 umpires in these interleague games and that we're out of the 6th inning. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. 5-4 our score. Oaks lead it to the top of the 7th. 5-4 Oaks up here at Sparky Anderson Field. Welcome back, everybody. Joe Torres, the new pitcher on the mound. Jonah Malkin, the play-by-play man for the final parts of the inning. My name is Jonathan Rifkin.
Thank you, Jonathan. First pitch from Torres catches the inside corner for strike one. Stepping in place of Eric Maw, who went 3 innings. Gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, all of which were earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 0-1 slider from Torres catches the front door for strike 2. Nice front door slider from Torres. And the recent UC Davis product was playing at Glendale Community College, but as of a few days ago, signed with UC Davis. Big congratulations to him. Deals the 0-2 slider, tapped back and out of play. And we'll do it again at 0-2. And a big shout out to his family as well, because when the Oaks ultimately went to watch the Angels play at Anaheim Stadium, Joe Torres hosted the entire team, and his lovely parents made an incredible meal and hosted everyone. 0-2, grounded to Shaken at short. The throw to first is in time for out number 1. McFarland able to come down and tag the base just in time.
Yeah, and just for Torres, he deserves to go Division I. His second year with the Oaks, actually his third year with the Oaks, my mistaken. A phenomenal family, first of all. Second of all, that slider that he has is unbelievable. He doesn't pitch very fast. He only has 3 pitches, a fastball, slider, and a changeup, but he utilizes them so well, and that slider is just so good when it's on.
First pitch to Hagan runs low and inside for ball 1. Griffin Hagan, the left fielder from Antelope Valley College, leads the team in batting average with .459. 1-0 fastball from Torres runs low on the ground for ball 2. For Torres, making his 13th appearance for the Oaks this season. He has started 1 game with a 1-0 record and 1 save on the season, a 3.78 ERA. But you talked about it, Johnny, a nasty slider. 2-0, grounded up the middle past the glove of Mayu for a 1-out single. And Griffin Hagan has reached base 3 out of 4 times today, once on a walk, once by getting hit by a pitch, but he's come around to score twice. Looking to tie this thing up for the Pirates in the top of the 7th. They trail the Oaks 5-4. The Oaks played 2 runs in the 6th to give them that 1-score lead. But trying to hang on to it. It doesn't come easy with Miles Hager stepping in 1 for 2 with an RBI double his last time up. Front door slider misses inside for ball 1. Hager was also hit by a pitch 4 times from both teams that they've been hit by pitches. 1-0 fastball runs up and in for 2-0. Probably the most amount of times all season in 1 game that's happened. There were a few games when a total of 3 players were hit by pitches, but never 4. Torres is 2-0, high grounder to Mayu, able to get past his glove into shallow right field for a 2nd consecutive base hit.
I'll tell you what, it may not be pretty, but it gets the job done, Jonah. When you slap a ball directly onto the ground, as long as you get enough force, enough centrifugal force for it to roll as well as bounce high off the ground, it makes it very hard for a fielder in the infield to make a play, and that was a very smart hit there by Hagan.
And there's only so much you can ask from a guy like Mayu. He tried to jump up. Unfortunately, there's nothing he could do about it, just a favorable bounce. Skied about 20 feet high in the air to get over his head and advance the runners to first and second. So 1 out, 5-4 the score. Hager at first and Hagan at second. With Kyle Soberano steps in, lays off the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Soberano is 1 for 3 with an RBI single, a pop-up to second, and a fly out to left for the University of Pacific product. Torres checks the runner at second, deals the 0-1, low in the ground for ball 1. And we've touched upon it, the type of job that head coach George Vrano has done with this Pirates team. Used to be a part-time scout for the Pittsburgh Pirates as well as the Cincinnati Reds. The 1-1 from Torres is swung on and missed for strike 2. But he actually made a special appearance in the movie Moneyball as well. So just like what he is in real life, he played the role of a veteran baseball scout for the Oakland A's in that movie. Professional baseball scout in the present. Nice cameo appearance for him. 1-2 is fouled near the Oaks dugout. Cockrell will let it go. We'll do it again at 1-2.
You know what, Jonah? We haven't done a trivia question in a while. I think it's time that I give you a little trivia because I know we normally do a random fact about a university, or I give you. And I think as we wind down the season, you need to try to get up to 500. I think you're 2 for 7 on the season, or 3 for 7 or something like that. So I'm going to give you one. This owner of a national football team, I don't even need the name. I just need the team. Nope, don't go to Google. Okay, so Kyle Soberano goes to the University of the Pacific. Which NFL owner or which team has an owner who is a famous alumnus of the University of the Pacific Tigers?
1-2 runs outside for ball 2. You know, I love when you put me on the spot like this, John.
That's all I do is put you on the spot.
Always appreciative. I honestly was thinking about returning the favor to you today, but I decided it was a pleasant Sunday afternoon. I didn't want to go down that road.
I guess I'm more cynical than you, huh?
2-2 gets past the glove of Castro, and runners will advance to second and third for the Pirates. If I had to take a guess.
That's also, by the way, just the scoring on that is a pass ball and not a wild pitch. Castro went to his knees. That was a catchable ball, but it bounced off of his breastplate before it went out of play.
For an owner for an NFL team.
Which NFL team?
I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens.
I'll give you 2 more answers. No. But think about it. Think about where the University of the Pacific is.
Payoff pitch gets past the glove of Castro. And coming to score is Hagan. Tie game here in the top of the 7th.
That's another pass ball, Jonah. Actually, no, that is a wild pitch. Excuse me. That pitch was in the dirt. It bounced away from the glove of Castro out of play. So after a pass ball, a wild pitch on a 3-2 count, as head coach David Slees walks out to the mound. And not a great outing here for Torres thus far.
Wanting to talk it over, Soberano drew the walk, which was the first walk on the day for Torres, 3rd for the team collectively. And on the wild pitch, Hager advanced to 3rd. While we have the time, I guess if I'm going to take a second crack at it, I would say the Oakland Raiders.
You're very close, but no cigar there, Jonah. One more. I'll give you one more guess.
Guess I would go with the San Diego Chargers.
Are they the San Diego Chargers?
Los Angeles Chargers now.
Go. Yes, Alex Spanos, the billionaire owner of the
well, what do you
Los
know?
Angeles Chargers. You got in the 3rd attempt, so I'll give you half a point on that one.
First pitch to Mona runs low and in for ball 1. Well, you can't change the rules now. You said I got 3 guesses.
I said after
you
didn't get the first one that I'd give you 3 guesses.
I don't know if you can go back on your word like that.
I want to know what your trivia question is.
Well, I haven't.
You said you had one
come
for
up
me,
with
and
it.
You decided not to do it.
The 1-0 taken over the heart of the plate for strike 1. I thought about it, but I decided I'd like to just focus on the game instead. Not to say there's anything wrong with trivia. Love some trivia here and there.
Yeah, but you had a little unique perspective to some of the colleges these players go.
Runner's going to go. 1-1 taken for a strike. The throw to second is not in time. Soberano's over at second with a stolen base.
That was a nice jump there. And look at that, 5-5 up on the score, only 1 away, and 2 runners in scoring position here for the Pirates. They're doing a phenomenal job trying to dig their way back into this game.
So Soberano at second, Hager still over at third. 1-2 the count, 1 away, and tie ball game in the top of the 7th. 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Down goes Mona, and Torres has his first strikeout of the day.
Nice inside fastball there from Torres. Had Mona swinging and missing on a 1-2 count. Batters have to protect, and if you can throw a fastball somewhere on the inside corner of the plate, that automatically looks like a strike. Now, you don't want to throw it too high or too low. Right there at the knees, a good job by Torres, jamming up Soberano to get the strikeout.
I'll bring up Troy Mulcahy, the first baseman from Laverne University, making his 19th appearance in today's game. The first slider drifts outside for 1-0. Mulcahy batting .278 on the season. Also has 13 runs and 18 hits. 1-0 from Torres, identical slider outside for 2-0. On the day for Mulcahy, though, impressive 2 for 3 with a single and a 2 RBI double that brought in 2 runs for the Pirates in that 4th inning. 2-0 from Torres, swung on a miss for strike 1.
Nice low fastball there from Torres, or actually it was a changeup, but the reason that he's so effective when he's on is because of that sidearm release. It throws batters off, it keeps them off balance, and because he releases across his body as opposed to over, it's hard to judge where the pitch will end up.
Torres deals the 2-1, grounded to third, and Cockrell trying to get Soberano with the pickle, and he can't do it. So Soberano, nice job evading the throw and the tag, and he's safe over at third with 2 outs. So Mulcahy over at first on a fielder's choice.
Pirates, catcher, number 23, Micah Higa.
And on the play, Miles Hager able to come home, and the Pirates lead it 6-5.
That's an error, by the way, on Cockrell.
First pitch to Higa is swung and tapped back past the glove of Castro for 0-1. It was actually a very heads-up play from Soberano because he was able to draw the attention from Cockrell away from Hager, who was coming home, as well as Mulcahy, and ultimately he was safe.
I'll explain why that's an error in just a moment, by the way.
Torres' 0-1 is fouled back for 0-2.
So when you have 2 outs on the board and a ball is hit routinely in the infield, the very fundamental thing to do is to make the play over to first base. Cockrell thought that he could get the pickle and get Hager out, but he didn't. And instead of making the quick out to first, he allowed that runner to get over.
Runner's going to go. 0-2 slider tapped back against the screen, and we'll do it again.
So that will be an error on Chase Cockrell because he failed to make the sure out, which he should have made, and allowed both runners to be safe on base.
So that'll be the first error of the game for the Oaks. They have 5 runs with 10 hits and now 1 error. The Pirates 6 runs, 11 hits and no errors. So both teams up until that point have done a nice job with their possession of the ball. Torres comes set, fires the 0-2, grounded to Cockrell at third. This time he'll make the throw to first for out number 3. But the Pirates plate 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. They have retaken the lead, 6-5. Oaks looking to change that heading into the bottom of the 7th. But stick around for perhaps some fun jingles here at Sparky Anderson. But we'll be back after the break. New pitcher on the mound for the Pirates. Bottom of the 7th we go. Mayu slaps the first pitch into the glove of Hager, who makes the play to first for out number 1. Able to get his glove on the 1 bounce and make the play for a quick 1 out for the Oaks. They trail the Pirates 6-5 in the bottom of the 7th. The new pitcher, Shane Leonard, from the University of Antelope Valley College, although plans to transfer in the fall, undecided exactly where. Taking the place of DeAndre Carter, who went 3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Cody Santana steps in, lays off the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. And Santana, interestingly, told us yesterday that he was very excited to go to the Angels Stadium as he lays off the 1-0 up and away for ball 2. But said he's just an avid baseball junkie and fan of the game. And although he may not be able to play in the majors, hopes to take his talents overseas as he swings on the 2-0, popped high into center field, but Lathrop's there to make the catch for out number 1. But Santana just loves the game so much, hopes to continue his baseball career overseas potentially after his final senior year season at Hawaii Pacific.
But with that said, Jonah, he has been talking in the scouts. Scouts have been calling him, so even if he doesn't get drafted in next year's draft, which he will be eligible for, he could still get signed. And I think that that may be a route and a risk that some of these teams are willing to take. So overseas may be on the back seat right now.
Castro grounds 1 to short. Soberano makes the play to first for an out number 3. Quickly 3 up, 3 down for the Oaks. They trail the Pirates 6-5. Pirates looking to extend their lead after the break. Top of the 8th we go here at Spark Anderson Field. Oaks trail the Pirates 6-5. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jonah Malkin. Alongside me is Jonathan Rifkin. Micah Higa the catcher from the University of Hawaii at Hilo, to lead off. Garcia's first pitch popped into shallow center. Mayu trying to track it down, but it'll drop for a leadoff base hit to get things started for the Pirates in the top of the 8th. Alonzo Garcia stepping in place of Joe Torres, who went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, wasn't earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. And interestingly, Johnny, this is the identical spot that the Oaks were in the last time these two teams played. The Pirates were leading by 1 run, 7-6, heading into the top of the 8th. First pitch to Lathrop runs low for ball 1, and it was the Oaks in the bottom half of the 8th inning that had to play to run to tie it, to try and extend the game. So perhaps we're heading towards the same direction. 1-0, swung on and missed for strike 1.
Well, you know what they say, Jonah, history tends to repeat itself, and baseball, being one of the most historical sports in the world, tends to repeat itself a little bit too. We'll see here how similar this game is to last game.
Runner's going to go. 1-1 is popped high into shallow infield. McFarland calling everybody off, makes the catch. The throw to first, can't get the double. Oh, he will get the double play. It seemed like Higa might have gone back to first base in time, but the home umpire, or the first base umpire, says he didn't. So a nice heads-up play from the Oaks, puts 2 away for the Pirates.
Jonah, looking at that replay, it's close. It's really close. And look, the Oaks had a bad call earlier when they called McFarland out at first base when he was safe. So I guess it goes hand in hand, right? That looked like maybe Higa got back safely, but I guess he didn't.
Jake Selko swings on the first pitch for strike 1. And that was a very interesting call. It seemed like, from our vantage point at least, that Higa's foot might have tagged the base, but the home umpire must have had a better view. And Selko, who's 1 for 4, steps in, swings, and slaps the 0-1 into left field for a base hit.
Jonah, the Pirates with 2 outs have been phenomenal today. They kind of look like the Oaks with 2 outs throughout the season. The Oaks have scored most of the runs late in games with 2 outs up on the board, and the Pirates today have tied the game and taken the lead when there are 2 outs up on the board.
Garcia has typically been a reliable reliever for the Oaks, although is slightly struggling this season with a 5.06 ERA. Does have a 3-0 record, making his 10th appearance. 2 out, first pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. Darren Kriz, the designated hitter from Cal State Monterey Bay, along with fellow teammate Miles Hager. Garcia deals the 0-1, and Kriz pulls back his swing for 1-1. And actually, they're going to correction.
The number. Look at the number. I also have to.
They said he went around for 0-2. 0-2 pitch, runs upstairs for ball 1. One, 2, runs outside for 2-2. So Kriz over at first. With 2 away. In the top of the 8th. Garcia comes set on the mound. Fires the 2-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. Down goes Hagen, and down goes the top of the 8th. Oaks looking to repeat history and tie this game up in the bottom of the 8th when we come back. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcast on YouTube. We'll be right back. Leonard's first underhand pitch runs up and away for ball 1. McFarland on the day is 1 for 2 with a single, came around to score in the 6th. And a fly out to center, 1-0, swung on a miss for strike 1. The Arkansas Razorback was also hit by a pitch and has improved his batting average to .250. Was riding a sub-200 batting average for the majority of the season, at least the first half, but has really started to progress nicely. Gianni, you touched upon it with his ability to see the strike zone better, not striking out as much, making much better contact with the ball. 1-1, slapped out of play for 1 and 2. Nobody away. Oaks 5 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. The Pirates 6 runs, 13 hits and no errors. Slow 1-2, misses low and inside to bring the count even. Pitcher doesn't give up. Boilermaker playing in front of his family. Already has an RBI single and an infield bunt. Shows bunt, pulls back. Ball's outside for ball 1. 2 for 4. But he's been seeing the field extremely well as of late. .310 batting average. Shows bunt, pulls back on the 1-0 that catches the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 the count. And Beam actually didn't play in the first meeting between these two teams. Runner's going to go. 1-1, grounded to second. 1 out to second. The relay to first is in time for a 4-6-3 double play.
Even on the hit and run. What a play there from Sobrando to get rid of that ball quickly to Mona. Mona on the transfer, able to gun out the speedy Beam. A beautiful play from the middle infield by the Pirates.
Great defensive play. And the Pirates infield taking a couple steps back into the shallow edges of the grass. With Sam Shakin, who's 1 for 4 to step in. First pitch to him is slapped into right field, but it'll drift into foul territory for 0-1. Shakin, we talked about, leads the team with 17 walks, also leads the team with the most amount of pitches to hit him at 6. Not necessarily your most favorite type of stat to lead your team in, but nonetheless it gets you on base. 0-1 is blooped into shallow right field for a 2-out single.
And that's kind of the peculiarity, wow, what a tongue twister there, Jonah, of why Beam decided not to bunt when McFarland was over at first. If Beam decided to bunt, not only would he have an opportunity to be safe, even if he was out, that's a sacrifice. And if Beam was, if McFarland was at second, and Shakin was able to rope one in the shallow right field, you would have runners at the corners with only 1 away. But instead, Beam decided to hit the ball that resulted into a double play, and that's the kind of mindset that these players need to think about. What are the implications of what I'm doing in the batter's box? And if they want to make the playoffs and do well in the playoffs, they have to start thinking ahead of just their at-bat.
Currently, the Oaks clinging to a 1-game lead over the Slow Blues. Although this game is an interleague game, doesn't affect the CCL Central standings, but nonetheless, in the event that it went to overall records, the Oaks do have a better overall record, but you don't just want to give away games if you can. So with 2 outs, Shakin at first, and the big bat of Brandon Lewis steps in, lays off the low inside pitch for ball 1.
And by the way, Jonah, the Blues-Foresters game got moved back to pushed up to 2 o'clock today, so that game has already started. We're going to keep you updated as we get into the latter half of this game.
Lewis waves that bat over his right shoulder, 1-0 the count. Leonard fires up and away for 2-0.
Just an update, no score at the top of the second. Remember the Blues, if the Blues lose and the Oaks win tomorrow, then the Oaks have clinched that playoff spot. So this is an important game. The Foresters won last night's game 11-4.
Lewis already has a home run in today's game, leads the team. That was number 7. 2-0, slider drifts way outside for 3-0. Oaks trying to tie this game up or potentially take the lead. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Lewis has reached base 3 out of 4 times. 3-0 pitch, runs low and outside for ball 4. Oaks prolonging this 8th inning. Lewis draws a walk, Shaken's over at second. Second walk on the day for Leonard. There's just something about 2-out situations that plays right into their cards, as head coach George Verano will have a meeting on the mound. We'll see if Shane Leonard's day is done, and it seems like it will be. We'll provide you stats on the new pitcher in just a moment. Oaks threatening to tie the game in the bottom of the 8th. Oaks looking to continue the bottom of the 8th inning. Lewis drew a walk, so he's over at first. Sam Shaken blooped one into shallow right field. He's over at second, and DJ Miller will step in. New pitcher on the mound, Alex Ravago, deals the first pitch. Miller pops that high out of play for 0-1. Ravago, the 4th pitcher of the day for the Pirates, stepping in place of Shane Leonard, who went 1 2/3 inning, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. Ravago, freshman at Antelope Valley College, trying for damage control here in the bottom of the 8th. 0-1, grounded to short. Mona's there and throws it to second to end the inning. So the Oaks can't plate any runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. They trail the Pirates 6-5 heading into the top of the 9th. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcast onto YouTube. 5, 6, and 7 batters due up for the Pirates heading into the top of the 9th. Welcome back, everybody. The Pirates lead the Oaks 6-5. Miles Hager to lead off. Kyle Soberano on deck, and Grant Mona in the hole. New pitcher on the mounds, David Appleby. Place of Alonso Garcia, who went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits and nothing else. Appleby comes set on the mound, fires the first fastball, popped high in the sky, the foul territory. Cockrell trying to make the catch, and he does against the wall for out number 1. So at first, you don't succeed. Try again. Third time's the charm for Cockrell. Twice he's let that go. This time, he said, I can make the play.
Yeah, and you know that he wanted to make amends for the first 2 that he kind of veered out of the way of and make that out. He was motivated, and Sandra Cockrell, his mother, I know you're watching, should be very proud of your son because that is not an easy play to make.
Appleby has made 12 appearances for the Oaks this season, twice started. First pitch runs low for ball 1. Has a 3.37 ERA. And Kyle Soberano, I should say, who's 1 for 3, steps in. Swings on the 1-0, ground to McFarland at first, and he'll tag the base for out number 1, or out number 2. So quick pop-up into foul territory, and an unassisted ground out to first puts 2 away for the Pirates in the top of the 9th.
Playing third base, number 8, Grant Mona.
And Grant Mona will step in, has had a seesaw type of day. On the one hand, he has 2 hits and a run scored, but also has 2 strikeouts, so either it's hit or miss for the Glendale Community College product. First pitch from Appleby runs low and outside for ball 1. Appleby takes the sign from Castro. Comes set, fires the 1-0, swung on and missed for 1-1. Two away for the Pirates, top of the 9th. Appleby looking to give his offense one more opportunity. 1-1 pitch, grounded out of play for 1-2. Mona played the last time these two teams met as well. Was 1 for 4 in that game with a run scored. 1-2 from Appleby, swung on and missed. Castro's 2-3 putout to McFarland ends the inning. Strikeout number 1 for Appleby, and the Oaks will get one more crack at it at the bottom half of the 9th. They trail the Pirates 6-5. They're looking to do some damage after the break.
You know, this inning for the Oaks. Playing third base, number 33, Chase Cockrell.
Bottom of the ninth we go. Oaks one more opportunity to tie or win the game. They trail the Pirates 6-5, and Chase Cockrell will lead off in the fifth spot. Grant Mayu on deck, and Cody Santana in the hole. Alex Ravago looking to give the Pirates the save in today's game. First pitch to Cockrell, swung on and missed for strike one. Ravago has great command of his pitches. Played the last time these two teams, although he came in as a reliever the last time. Now serving the closing role. 0-1, tapped back against the screen for 0-2. In that game, he went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, both of which were earned, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Comes set on the mound, takes the sign from Higa, and fires the 0-2 curveball, just misses the outside corner for ball 1.
Oh, good take from Cockrell. That was a nice pitch from Ravago, trying to get him to bite on that outside curveball, but a good job from the Ole Miss Rebel to stay away.
1-2 curveball fouled out of play, and Cockrell will stay alive at 1-2.
And nice adjustment from Cockrell. Unfortunately, though, you can tell that swing was going to be late because not only did he cut under the ball, but he kind of hesitated about a half a second before that curveball had that late break, and that's why he ended up fouling off instead of getting it in play.
Ole Miss Rebel digs in. Ravago's 1-2, runs way up and in for ball 2. Cockrell's 1 for 2 on the day with a double and a run scored in the second. Also reached base on a walk, was hit by a pitch and has a stolen base. 2-2 from Ravago, identical up and in pitch to bring the count full at 3-2.
They just don't really like Cockrell, huh? He almost got belted in the head back in the 3rd inning here. Just veered out of the way of that one. That could have clipped him under the left part of the helmet. So he's getting a run for his money here, trying to, or I guess his insurance is, because well, eventually one of these pitches could hurt him. So trying to keep his insurance premiums as low as possible by getting out of the way.
4th full count situation pending. Ravago fires the payoff pitch. Cockrell skies that high into center field. Lathrop trying to use his glove to block the sun, or his hat to block the sun, and makes the catch for out number 1. So an intuitive play from Lathrop. Uses his hat to shield off the sun and makes the catch for 1 out. And Grant Mayu will step in, who's 2 for 4, with a single, a bunt single, stolen base, and a run scored. Ravago just 2 outs away, fires the first pitch, and Mayu slaps that into left center field. That will drop for a base hit. And Grant Mayu giving some life to the Oaks in the bottom of the 9th.
And how about that? Grant Mayu as clutch as they come. Max Weinstein, by the way, about to come in and pinch hit, but Mayu, remember last week in the bottom of the 11th, Oaks were down 6-5 against the SoCal Catch. Mayu came in as a pinch hitter, hit a double. He was stranded on 3rd, but he sees the field very well late in games when the team's down.
And a great pinch hitter stepping in Max Weinstein, usually a starter, but was given the day off until today. Pinch hitting for Cody Santana, who was 1 for 4. Lays off another inside pitch that gets away from the glove of Higa. Mayu's rounding second, and he's going to make his stride all the way over to 3rd, and with 1 out, the Oaks have a runner 90 feet away from home plate.
Wow. Unbelievable there. What a break for the Oaks. Alex Ravago, a wild pitch in the dirt. Higa didn't even think about the fact that Mayu could round 2nd and go all the way to 3rd as he kind of lacklusterly followed that ball and finally turned on the Jets, but it was too late.
Very smart base runner. 1-0 to Weinstein is slapped into center field. That will drop for a base hit. Mayu's coming home. The throw to the plate, not in time. Tie game. Max Weinstein delivers an RBI single, and we're tied 6-6.
That's Max Weinstein for you, a Division I talent on a Division III team. He will get drafted next year, I guarantee you. Not only did he bat .326 for the Kingsmen, he led them to a championship in his 3rd year in summer collegiate baseball, his 2nd year with the Oaks. Not only is he batting .392, but he gives the Oaks an RBI single to tie it up here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Castro will step in, lay off the up and away pitch for ball 1. And Max Weinstein, unbelievable, delivers his 59th hit of the season, way ahead of every single person on this team. 1-0 to Castro is ripped into foul territory for 1-1. So Weinstein, the game-winning run over at first base. Castro, who burned the Pirates the last time he played with an RBI single up the middle for a game-winning RBI, looking to replicate that here in the bottom of the 9th. Ravago fires the 1-1, grounded into the Pirates dugout for 1-2. And the Stars seem to be aligning once again for the Oaks. Identical spot, 1 out. And Castro looking to be a hero once again. Ravago checks Weinstein at first. Fires the 1-2, inside pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Big out. First strikeout for Ravago, puts 2 away. And Jordan McFarland will get his try to be the hero. McFarland actually has had a pretty successful day, 1 for 2. With a single run scored, but he's reached base 3 times. Once on a walk and was also hit by a pitch. 0-0 drops low and inside for ball 1. Oaks and Pirates knotted at 6 apiece. Weinstein, the game-winning run over at first base with 2 away. 1-0 to McFarland, runs low but catches the bottom part of the strike zone for 1-1. McFarland, another player that played the last time in their first meeting, was 0 for 4 in that game. 1 run, drifts outside for 2-1. McFarland only has 13 RBIs on the season, but a 14th would be huge. The 2-1 runs low on the ground for ball 3. Weinstein running to second, and he will get there. And the Oaks have a runner in scoring position in the bottom of the 9th.
Nice job there from Weinstein. Remember how we've always talked about he's not the fastest guy on the base path. He is dealing with a right quad or right torn quad, but he is one of the smartest base runners that I have ever seen on the collegiate level, and he displays it right there.
McFarland ahead in the count, 3-1. Ravago checks Weinstein at second, fires the pitch. Farland hits that into left center. Weinstein's coming around, and the Oaks are going to walk off with this one. Jordan McFarland delivers an RBI, and the Oaks win it 7-6. What a finish here at Sparky Anderson Field. Water getting showered on McFarland, and the Oaks burn the Pirates for a second straight time on a walk-off.
Jordan McFarland, the hero of the game, Jonah. What an unbelievable day for him. He reached base 4 times. He gives the team the RBI game-winning run. A big win for the Oaks. What a phenomenal, resilient offensive play for them to come back and win this game in the bottom of the 9th inning.
What a performance. Arkansas Razorback may have just gotten his biggest hit as an Oak this season, and the Pirates have to take the drive home in defeat once again. What a clutch performance. We'll give you the line. Pirates played 6 runs on 13 hits, no errors, and 8 left on base. Oaks played 7 runs on 13 hits, 1 error, and 9 left on base. Winning pitcher, Mr. David Appleby. The losing pitcher, Alex Ravago. And what a game, Jonathan. This has to feel good if you're the Oaks.
Oh, this feels great, Jonah. You get outplayed the entire game. Not that it's
a bad team. The Pirates played phenomenal. They had great pitching. We have to give a big thank you to Dylan Goldsack, the team ops guy for the Pirates, for helping us out. And Jonah, we know that you're going to be on the field interviewing Jordan McFarland after today's game because, oh my goodness, what a day for him. And the Oaks have a great win under their belt to head back home tomorrow to play the Foresters in what may ultimately decide their CCL playoff implications. By the way, the Foresters up 1-0 right now in the bottom of the third against the Blues. So keep track of that game. If the Blues win and the Oaks win tomorrow, they have clinched the playoffs. But what a motivational day for the Oaks to now play the #1 team in the CCL tomorrow with a win under their belt today.
Oaks win it in dramatic fashion here at Sparky Anderson Field, 7-6. They'll take on the Foresters tomorrow at 5 o'clock here at Sparky Anderson Field. Once again, I want to thank Dylan Goldsack, the Pirates team ops, for helping us throughout the entire game. For my broadcasting partner, Jonathan Rifkin, to everyone here, part of the Conejo Oaks Ball Club, the players, our PA announcers, I am Jonah Malkin signing off above the press box. Once again, Oaks win it 7-6.